Good morning students, welcome to VLSI Design. Today we are going to discuss about boundary scan standard. So first, what is scan path? Scan path is a concept, but various manufacturers can implement scan path in different ways. Suppose we are the system engineers, we manufacture one motherboard. The motherboard having different number of chips. So those different number of chips are manufactured by different companies. So if the number of chips are present in the motherboard, so definitely the problem will rises. The problem is nothing but how we are going to test those chips. Here the problem rises. Why? Because many chips are assembled on the board. So how to test individual chips on the board? So the only solution is the connector, that is called as a JTAG. JTAG is called as a Joint Test Action Group. So this is nothing but a IEEE standard. The IEEE standard, they standardized one connector that is called as a JTAG. The IEEE standard is nothing but 1149.1. So they standardize the JTAG connector. So first let us see what is meant by boundary scan test. Boundary scan test is nothing but we can test the number of chips which are present in the printed circuit board as well as the interconnections between them. So the boundary scan test is standardized IEEE standard 1149.1. They standardize the boundary scan test. So how we can scan means by using the JTAG. So first let us see one example. So this is our printed circuit board. This printed circuit board having many of the chips. These many of the chips are manufactured by different companies. So these ICs are manufactured by the company as well as wafers are also manufactured by the manufacturer. So this is nothing but the wafer. Outside one is called as a wafer. So like that I connected the wafers. So by using this wafers, I can connect these chips together for testing. For testing I can connect these wafers serially. So here how I can feed my signal externally. So by using the connector. This is called as a connector. Definitely if a motherboard is present means the connectors are present. So this connector is nothing but an external one. So through the connector I can feed my signal. So here wafers are present. So I can connect these chips together for a testing. So like that I can connect the chips for a testing. So the dotted line can be called as a wafer. So these wafers are nothing but a IEEE standard 1149.1 wafer. So by using this wafer we can test the chips. So not only test the chips as well as the interconnections. So how we are going to test the chips means by taking the test instruction. So this test instructions are sent by the connector. So through the connector I can feed my signal. So what test I am going to do means, so this I can send the test instruction. So this test instruction is decoded in the wafer. The wafers are decoded by the test instruction. So if the test instruction is decoded, what type of test we are going to do? So here if I feed my signal to test this IC, not these two ICs, this IC. So if I feed my signal serially, if this instruction is not for this chip means automatically it bypasses to the next one. If this is not for this chip instruction, automatically it bypasses this one. So if it is the instruction for this chip, so what type of test we are going to be done, that is decided by the test instruction. So this test instruction is decoded in the wafers. So we can see clearly about the not a wafer, wafers. So we can clearly see the wafers. So first here, what are the features which are present in the JTAG? So the JTAG allows the instruction and send the data to be serially. So just now I said our that means external signals are feed into the motherboard serially. So this is nothing but it allows the instruction and test data to be serially feed into the component under test. So what are the components under the test? Those can be tested serially. So by taking the test instruction. So the test instructions are allowed to test the data serially and it is feed into the component under test. So here the CUT allows reading out the test results and it also runs bits. That is nothing but what is meant by BITS. Already in the previous session we discussed about BITS. That is nothing but built-in self-test. So built-in self-test command is an instruction. So it also allows the built-in self-test. And the JTAG can operate at chips. At chip level we can test, or we can test the PCB level, or we can test the system level. System level means multiple boards are connected. So those multiple boards are connected serially. We can test those multiple boards by using the JTAG. And next one, it allows other chips collect response from the CUT, that is component under test. So it allows the responses from the CUT. And it also allows interconnections to be tested separately from the components. So not only test the chips, we can also test the interconnections which are present in the which are connected serially. So the interconnections means whether the connections are whether the connections are open or shorted. So next, what are the basic idea which is present behind the JTAG is nothing but, so the test wafer is created for every chip and component. Just I showed dotted line, that is called as a wafer. The wafers are created for every chip. And the next one, boundaries cancel is associated with every input and output pin. So the boundaries cancels are present. So those are associated with every input and output pin. You can see the structure of the wafers. Some additional resistors are to be added to the wafers. So this is the basic need for the wafer. And some additional pins are added that interface with the wafers. And some special instructions are also defined that can be fed serially. So through the instructions, so these instructions are decoded in the wafer. So based on that instruction, what type of test are going to be do on the chip. So this is nothing but a IEEE 1149.1 wafer architecture. This is called as a architecture. So this is nothing but the rectangular box. So these boxes are called as a boundary scan cells. So these are nothing but the boundary scan cells, and these boundary scan cells are connected serially through the boundary scan path. So boundary scan path, already I told what is boundary scan path. That means scan path. Scan path is a concept, but various manufacturers can implement scan path in different ways. So the connections, these are all the serially connected connections, that is called as a boundary scan paths. And the outer side pins can be called as a input output. So through the pins we can feed our signals. And here the 5 different signals are present. TDI, that means test in, and this is test out, test clock, test reset, and TMS. So like that 5 signals are present. Out of these 5 signals, test is nothing but a optional one, and remaining 4 are mandatory. And here bypass register, test registers and miscellaneous register also present. So here one more thing is present inside the internal logic. We can send the data like that. So through the SI and send out the signal like that through the multiplexer. So we can scan the path like that, or we can send the data serially like that. So first, what is meant by tap? Tap is nothing but test access port. So the test access port consists of the following 5 signals. One is called as a TID, test data in, test data out, TMS, test mode selection. That means mode of selection. What type of mode of operation is selected by using the TMS. TCK is nothing but test clock, and the last one is nothing but a RST. That means TRST, test reset. So these 4 are the mandatory signals, and this one is nothing but the optional one. So the total is nothing but a test access port, test access port having 5 different signals. Out of 5 different signals, one is the optional and remaining 4 are the mandatory to scan the chips or motherboard. So different types of test data registers are present. One is boundary scan register, second one is bypass register, third one is instruction register, next one is device ID register, and last one design specific register. So through the instruction register, we can send what type of test we are going to do. So if the test is not for that particular chip, means it simply bypasses by using the bypass register, or if that particular chip is going to be test, means the boundary scan register. By using the boundary scan register, we can test the chip. So what is the basic operation of this is a boundary scan cell. So first see a basic operation. So the instruction feed serially over the TDI into the instruction register. It selects the test circuitry configured to respond according to the instructions, and the test instruction is executed, and the test result is shifted to the TDO. So from the TDI to TDO, that means how we can send or feed the signal serially from TDI to TD0, means by making these 4 points. So first serially feed the signal over the TDI, and the circuit test is configured to respond according to that instruction, and test instruction is executed, and the test result is shifted to the TDO, test data test out. So boundary scan cell. So boundary scan cell is nothing but this is the internal architecture for the boundary scan. That means one rectangular box is present in the previous one. So internally what will be present means these boundary scan cells. So here how many signals are present means just simply I can show it as a like that. So BSC is nothing but boundary scan cell. Boundary scan cell having 4 signals. One is in and the second one is out. This is S in and S out. Serial in, serial out. So from input to output we can, that means left to right we can send the data, or from bottom to top we can send the data, or from left to bottom to top we can send the data. So how we can send the data serially? So depending upon the mode of the operation. So here if the mode is selected to 0 means we can send the data from in to out. So why? Because here the multiplexer is present. Through the mode we can select one of the signal. I select 0 means we can send the data from in to outside. Here in the boundary scan cell 2 two D flip-flops are present. So through the D flip-flop, so one of the D flip-flop is for a shifting purpose, and other one is nothing but we can feed the signal into the D flip-flop. So we can shift the data by using this D flip-flop, and we can feed that signal through the D flip-flop. So like that, two D flip-flops are present. So mode is 0 means we can send the data from inside to outside, that means left to right. And if shift DR is selected, if shift DR is selected means if shift DR is 1, so SN is selected, so this signal is sent through the D flip-flop. So here the clock is driven. So shift DR is selected, clock is driven, therefore SN is shifted to the D flip-flop. So this signal is shifted to the S out. So from S into S out the signal is sent. That means bottom to top I can send the signal. And this shift register shift the data S out, and also this data is feed into the D flip-flop for the output purpose. So if mode of operation is equal to 1 means whatever the signal is feeded in the D flip-flop, that is going to send at the outside. So like that the boundary scan works. So first see what are the modes which are present in the boundary scan cell. Mode of operation. If mode is 0, the signal is sent from in to out, and that is called as a normal mode. Mode is 0 means that is called as a normal mode. Next one is called as a scan mode. Scan mode is nothing but shift DR makes a 1, and next one is nothing but a clock driven. Shift DR is 1 as well as the clock is driven, then only SI is shifted to the S out. Through the D flip-flop we can shift the data. So that is nothing but shift DR equal to 1, clock driven. So therefore from input to output the data can send serially S into S out. And the next mode is called as a capture mode. Capture mode is nothing but shift DR is 0. If shift DR is 0 means so the in selected, so that is nothing but in is, when the in is selected means if shift DR is 0, so in is selected. So in is selected means so this data is shifted to the D flip-flop and it is sent out to the S out, as well as this is feed to the D flip-flop. Here if mode of operation is equal to 1 means this data is shifted at the outside. So that is nothing but a capture mode. So in the capture mode, shift DR equal to 0, clock driven, in is shifted to QA and out is driven by the in or QB. So the out is driven by the in. So out is driven by the in or by the QA. And next one, updated mode. So updated mode is nothing but if mode of operation is equal to 1, so whatever the signal is feed into the D flip-flop, those can be sent by using the mode 1 operation at the outside. That is called as a updated. So mode of operation equal to 1, update DR is driven. Update DR is driven means this is nothing but the updated clock. Simply if the clock is driven, then only the D flip-flops are working. This is called as a updated driven. Updated driven, QA is sent to outside. So like that the boundary scan cells are going to be scanned by the CUT. And here some of the important tests which are present in the boundary scan, that is called as a X test. That is nothing but test the interconnections between the chip. So not only test the chip, we can also test the interconnections between them. So if the interconnections are, that means interconnections are broken or those are shorted, that means simply open or shorted. So those can be tested by using the X test pin. And the next one, bypass resistor. The bypass, one chip and forward the test data to the next chip. So by taking the bypass, if the test chip, so here suppose two number of chips are present. If the test chip is not this one, means this means simply we can send the data, that means bypass the data like that. Why? Because all are serially fed. So first is over and next we can test it. Next is over, next we can test. If the test is not for the first one, means simply bypasses. That means simply eliminates the first chip and takes into the next chip like that. The bypass, that means test modes are present. And last one is nothing but in test. So the test the internal logic for the selected chip. So the selected chip internal logic also can be tested by using the RAFER. That means boundary scan test. That is called as a in test. So like that we can test the mode of operations X test, bypass or in test. So in the in test, so totally in the boundary scan test, number of chips are present. Those number of chips are tested or that means verified by using the test instruction. So therefore those test instructions are decoded in the RAFERs. So depending upon the instructions, what type of test are going to be tested. That is one. And the second one, not only test the chips, we can also test the interconnections between them, and also what are the internal logic present in the chip we are going to test by using the in test. So like that, these are the important tests which are present in the boundary scan test. And see one that means example. So this is nothing but a chip A, chip B, chip C, chip D. So first slide I showed one example like that here. So the serial data is present. So these are all called as a the boundary scan cells. So this is boundary scan. Inside boundary scan, what will be present means D flip-flops are present. So like that we can send the data serially depending upon our mode of operation. Okay, so this is like that we can test the chip. So finally we can conclude that the JTAG standard has been a quite successful one. So JTAG is simply called as a connector. So not only a connector, by using the JTAG we can test the chips. That means simply motherboard having number of chips, we can scan that board by using the JTAG, by using a boundary scan test. So not only by using it as a connector, we can download the programming bit file on the FPGA board by using the JTAG. So here one of the application of the JTAG is nothing but in order to download a programmable bit file on the FPGA board. So like way, not only to test printed circuit board, as well as we can also use that as a downloading. Everybody know what is meant by JTAG. So by using the JTAG we can use either of this or either of this. And finally the extended version of this one is nothing but P1500. So the concept has been extended. What concept? The here boundary scan concept, that is extended to the system on chip, SoCs. So this is the most popular nowadays. Okay, so here also chips on the board similar to multiple cores on a chip. So multiple that means chips are present. We can test multiple chips, and as well as we can test the individual cores, similar concept to the JTAG. So like that we can scan the chips and the interconnections as well as internal logic. So if any problem is present in the that means chip, we can rectify the problem which are present in the chip. So like that we can test our design chips by using many of the techniques. Okay, this is the last concept in the 5th unit. If you have any doubts, please ask me in the next session. Okay, or by making the phone or in the WhatsApp. Okay, thank you.